I'm going to discuss the narcissistic paradigm of mass shooters. So it's associated with narcissism in that they can gain a sense of importance. It may be impulsive. There can be a lack of empathy, playing a victim, and deep shame and self-loathing underlying the act.
About 70% of mass shooters are known to be suicidal and view their mass shooting as a final act or blaze of glory that's intended to end in their death.
In the narcissistic paradigm, we see people who aren't able to gain a sense of importance through their own abilities, and they often cause destruction or steal from other people in order to gain that sense of importance. In this case, it involves other people's lives. Strictly speaking, through narcissism, we see people who aren't willing to take the small steps that it takes to achieve greatness, to achieve external validation. In this case, if we're going to talk about abuse and violence precipitating acts of violence, then there is an unwillingness to do that work that is required to heal from that. And oftentimes, these people, they will be stuck in situations where they're not able to get that help that they need. So there's other factors involved. In that clip we just saw, we see that underlying tendency towards grandiosity, that entitlement to a sense of significance and importance. This is a comment on a video of a TEDx talk done by Aaron Stark, where he discusses how he was almost a school shooter and talks about his experience. This comment reflects in the video how he talks about his mother was abusive and created this whole sense of inferiority and not having any value. This lack of value can be compensated for by trying to gain a sense of value by doing something monumental. And when we're talking about it in this case, it's monumental in a really destructive way.
Mass shooters often study other shooters or are part of radical groups online that validate, promote, and celebrate violence. If you want to understand the mental state of someone who commits a mass shooting, almost all of them experience deep feelings of anger or self-loathing that develop into externalized hate, resentment, and blame that drive these violent actions.
So we can see how this parallels with narcissism, that there's this underlying emotional dysregulation and taking out that anger and frustration on others, and others who are innocent, maybe weaker, more vulnerable. There is the lack of empathy in the lengths that they are willing to inflict damage on others to gain their own sense of importance. And they may even play the victim and justify their actions through external blame. Sam Vaknin describes how his highly abusive childhood led to his development as a narcissist. So we can see how abuse begets narcissism, and this goes deeper. It is a societal issue, and I'm going to have 2 more videos, one on how self-awareness saves lives and the narcissistic underpinnings of society.